3 random words, 2 additional challenges equal 1 movie pitch. This is Scripty Business. We take on random words and challenges to make the best movie possible. We get 5 minutes with 3 random words to come up with a rough movie idea. Then we spin our Wheel of Doom to throw a curveball into the mix. After 20 minutes with this added challenge, we spin the wheel for another prompt for an extra 20 minutes. After the time is up, one of us has to summarize what the hell this movie is and deliver it to you in just 5 minutes. It's chaos. It's risky. It is Scripty Business. So this movie has been really catching the attention of Gen Z or whatever the next generation is at the moment, and people are freaking out about it. Is this like a TikTok craze
or something?
Yeah, I've seen it come up on a lot of reels with people reacting to how the movie ends, which is incredible because the 2 main characters, they swing over this rope because the bridge is out. That's the whole thing. The bridge is a rope swing. And they go through some really climactic drama with a bully and family troubles, and it's really dark. And then she fucking swings over the rope without him, and then he's talking to everybody the next day I'm gonna see her later, and they're like, dude, she's dead. She died. She drowned. And the whole thing is that the rope broke and she drowned in a river or something. And this is a children's movie that everybody is just
the main character just straight up wow. That's
straight up killer.
It's kind of ballsy. I appreciate a kids movie that's gonna be let's kill the main character.
I just don't know where it gets off being a children's movie or a family movie whatsoever. But that is the type of movie that I'd like to make this week because I'm in the driver's seat. I get final say. I get vetoes in that last 5 minutes of our hour to come of shenanigans. Murray, I am pumped. I am so freaking pumped.
I'm ready.
You ready? I got nothing really. No pre-bets or anything. We can
have a little pre-bet. We can have a little pre-bet if you want. I don't know.
I think we just did. I don't know. I'm just gonna put. Oh, I need to get the timers up. Good on me.
Welsh.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Please continue to vamp because I need to open the clocks and the alarms for us to know what's happening time-wise.
Here we go. It's gonna be a podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is a podcast. That is the one thing that I can guarantee.
It's a podcast. We're making a movie. Let's get our 3 random words, and I'm getting ready to put the 5 minutes to start it off. Give me more words. What have you got, ChatGPT? Oh, it's taking a second to think. That's never a good sign.
Oh, no, that's not good.
We are running to a timer. Here we go. We have, oh no, water big obstreperous. Obstreperous.
What is with the third word, man?
Obstreperous means noisy and difficult to control. The timer starts now. Noisy and difficult to control. That could just be a current? Or is that too on the nose if we make the noise factor come from the water? It's big water that is noisy. Some rapids or something.
This may be the first time in an entire history of our podcast ever the title is the first thing that we've arrived at.
What's that? Water. Big water.
No, Big Water. That's the title. I don't care about anything else in this movie. The title is Big Water. And then we're just going to make everything else fit with that.
Okay, okay, I can't believe I'm going this way to start with. What about if we're dealing with...
Veto. I'm vetoing myself. No, we've done this before. I veto myself because that's just 2 words that is the title. We can't use the words as the title. I'm back
It's a working title. It's a working title for the first 5 minutes. It will change.
I'll allow it. Yeah, so you had no idea.
Hear me out. What if we're dealing with some sort of town that's struggling to construct a dam of a river for a reason, and this can be 40s, 50s. It doesn't have to be modern day. I'm seeing a gritty drama about interpolitical relations between people in a town around the construction of a dam. Maybe there's a bit of a environmental wing to this story about people claiming if you build the dam, it's going to affect, the lands going down here and the farmers. Well, they could buy our water. They can buy our water from the dam. Yeehaw! That kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. So it's kind of as soon as you dam up water, it means that everybody there has to kind of buy their water at the price of whatever it is. So we're kind of looking at the dramatized version of what Nestle tried to do in Africa.
Sure. I love and hate when you do. I don't know what you're talking about. Some,
the
maybe like
privatization
10
of water.
listeners will know. Okay. Well,
The CEO said that water is not a human right, and that we should be able to sell it for whatever price we want.
Maybe it's not quite as bad as that. Maybe this is more like it is okay, what if it's like a part of a waterfall the town is built on, and that's the noisy and difficult to control aspect of this. It's a big waterfall, so you got those two words in there, and it's loud and noisy and hard to control. And maybe there's like a construction of a dam going on to
If you're
something.
talking about this kind of like environmental angle, then potentially it could be something like a hydro plant, right? Like if you've got this noisy, heavy body of water and they want to dam it up, one, so that they've got resources, but two, so that they can funnel it through a hydro plant to generate electricity. There's going to be environmental concerns. There's going to be political plays on either side about, you know, the viability of a project like this, because that's no small thing. We're talking billions of dollars across 15 plus years. Okay. And then, you know, there's going to be like if you want to make it like an environmental gritty drama, then we're going to be looking at boots on the ground, people building it, the townsfolk that are affected, but also the like political plays that are made at a higher level for the people who commissioned it in the first place and why they did it and what kind of deals are affecting the rest of the country that this is set in to, you know, achieve this goal, positive or negatively.
I think there's a cool story in this, whether it's like a slice of life drama, so like we're seeing how it's affecting different levels of this town or the area that it's happening in. And I think, so what you're talking about with like hydroelectricity as well, you've effectively modernized it, so I can't do more Old Western prospector voices, and I'm mad about that, but I will still
but make it like a water wheel or something, like...
Okay, I'm back. It's a water wheel. Yeah.
Like yeah.
Oh god. Okay. So we've got something.
But there. It could be. Do you know what it could be? And I know that you love this retrofuturism, right? So maybe it's like a hydro plant in the 60s, but it's like, you know, the 40s version of the future, kind of like Fallout,
or steampunk Wild West, like Will Smith's Wild West.
Okay. So it's. Oh, okay.
We've got so many problems now.
I like this. My question to you is, how do we get a gritty, grounded slice of life drama out of like something that is so genre intensive, right? This like heightened, campy, generally action filled or like, you know, kind of fantastical world. How do we get that gritty? It's doable. I just wanna kind of try and solidify that before we get screwed by the wheel.
We got 15 seconds until we throw a doom spin into this as well.
Okay, fine.
Put a pin in it. We'll put a pin in this.
No, I think we just lock in. This is gritty, grounded, slice of life drama, and the backdrop, the paint that we're painting everything with, is steampunk.
Yes, I was gonna say I don't feel like it needs to be campy because it's steampunk. It can still be like pretty grounded. And on that note, what are we adding? Give me another Wheel of Doom spin result, please, system. Oh no, Murray, no.
Yes.
This is a steampunk movie about a town making a dam for hydroelectricity set in like the 1860s, whatever duration. But the characters are cutlery. That's the one that's come up this week.
Fuck.
Well, okay. What if the dam is like actually like a kitchen sink or something like that? What if I love it.
Okay, so
what if we do this like that?
Kind of like Sausage Party. Is this where we're leaning towards? Like,
how else can we do it? There's no other way that we can do this.
It's anamorphosis, right? So it's like, you know, they're giving the inanimate or the non-human a human element because you can anamorphosize. Well, yeah, I'm fucking animals, whatever. Okay. A kitchen sink, I think, is actually a brilliant way to do this. And I think we've got two major influences that are going to be the, like, guiding force for our steampunk cutlery sink.
Fuck.
The first one is Sausage Party. So, like, comedy, adult, real, like gritty. We can get gritty because I'm assuming that movie had some like fucked up stuff in it. I haven't actually seen it.
Yes, it did. It's a great film. Okay. I love it. It's great. Yeah.
The other guiding one for us is Toy Story. Because Toy Story already has animated cutlery in it.
I was going to say Brave Little Toaster. Like, there is
don't
also
know that
those sort of
movie.
movies out there. Oh my god, we're in
Little
such
Toaster.
different worlds. Brave Little Toaster, I barely remember anything about the movie, but I know it's about like an animated toaster and a vacuum cleaner, I want to say, and like a phone, and they maybe going on an adventure to save someone from a dump. I can't quite remember.
Beauty and the Beast.
It's a
Beauty
90s
and the Beast
movie.
also has it as well. Beauty and the Beast can kind
Beauty
of
and the
guide
Beast
us
does
a little bit.
indeed.
What goes bump in the night? I think also that's the like the goo monster that like lives in the lives under the bed and eats socks. I don't know if you've seen that one. It was a great kids show.
Okay, so I'm thinking that in this film, at no stage do we explain why we're following Cutlery. So
No,
Sausage Party, Toy Story, Brave Little Toaster, these all feature like humans in some capacity, like to say, oh, this is what the humans are doing and seeing, and this is what the items are doing and seeing, right? The toys come to life and the humans aren't there. Sausage Party, the food is all alive and sentient, but it's like a different spiritual plane or some bullshit, so the humans don't see it unless they're tripping on like angel dust, and that's when they can start to see the food for being alive, and it's great. Great film. You need to watch it. So I think in this one we completely remove the human element. We go gritty. We go solid on like a Wild West. The characters are Cutlery, and then like zoomed out shots you can recognize that this is taking place in a sink. And maybe this is like not a two-tiered sink, but like a two-sectioned sink that maybe has like a crack and a fracture in the one part, so there's always been water flowing down into the next one. If you picture like a sink left, or even like something stupider than that, it's a sink that's overflowing into like a cutlery
Another sink,
drawer. Because it's cutlery specific, so we got to go away from glasses, plates, bowls, kettles.
I think they can be involved in it, but I think it says the characters are Cutlery. It's all characters
are cutlery. So we've got teaspoons, soup spoons, dessert spoons. Forks.
Okay. Only the cutlery then would
Various
be like
forks.
animated, but the other stuff maybe not so much.
Well, maybe like
Wouldn't
the
be alive
plates,
or whatever.
maybe plates and glasses, and that is like mountains and like plains, and like the Wild West sort of visuals that you'd see. So you've
I
got
have
like
a question for you. I've got. There's like two ways we can go, right? There's one way that is like kind of building off of what you're suggesting, and I see it kind of like that episode of Futurama where Bender has like a whole city on him.
Okay, yeah. I know the one. Yeah, and he meets.
Yeah, so like, because otherwise this kitchen, like, I don't see another way of doing the kitchen sink if it's not like this enormous giant thing and tiny little cutlery that live in it. Otherwise, it's like, a relatively small space. It's more like a house than like a.
What if
city.
it's a kitchen? What if it's a kitchen?
That's what I was
world
also
is a
thinking. I was thinking, right, that this is set in a commercial kitchen.
Oh, I love it.
Not like so it's big, there's lots of stuff, right? Which means that there's probably going to be like some kind of human element in it because it's a commercial kitchen, maybe. But that's where my mind went, like more like a Toy Story commercial kitchen where like people go out to like tables, and that's that like their day job is to like be the fork that or whatever, and then they come back and get washed in this sink, and it's more about maybe like the quality of the sink, so trying to fix or dam this sink that's ruining this other sink, or like they're not getting washed properly because all the yucky water is going into like the clean water that
Yucky
normally they
water.
get dipped in, like the food scrubbing water.
You have kind of got me on this because I kind of love the idea of like a fork like waking up grumpy in his bedroom and his wife being like,
pulled out of the cutlery drawer.
Not even that. Like the wife will like, what time is it? It's like, too early for you, dear. Go back to sleep. I gotta go to work. And then he like
She should
puts
be a
on boots,
dessert spoon.
puts on a jacket and like walks out and sort of gets in like like mine shaft elevators they go on. Like he's gathered up with all these forks, which is actually one of the cutlery trays that you'd see in a restaurant. And then their jobs is to go out and be cutlery. It's like they're working in a mine or working on a construction site or whatever.
Yeah, I love
so they're
it.
out,
I love it.
And then they come back.
in, they punch their ticket, and they lie down, and they get like
get
getting
used,
dressed as like getting polished, and then they go out with the.
we could totally have a whole thing about a certain piece of cutlery being dropped and like lost under a counter, and then somebody, one of them turns up.
Like,
and
they're
like
the vagrants of the world, or whatever, like the homeless people.
Well, it would be like the underbelly, right? Yeah, like underneath.
Oh my god,
Fork
Mafia that live underneath the table. Like, ah, boy, you dropped off the table, boy. Welcome to my world. I'm gonna show you the ropes. They're like the dirty folks that live under the tables.
I love it. I'm fine with
incredible.
this. My problem. I've got a problem.
Okay.
I've got a problem with this.
I have a thing that I need in this film. So do we want to go?
Can I give you my problem first?
Okay, you go first.
Let me give you my problem.
Go.
My problem is, if we're dealing with a dam, why is this cutlery that isn't real in the human world fixing a dam in a sink or doing anything like that? Because they wouldn't be able to do something that would alter the human world. So if we were to do it that there was no humans whatsoever, it's an abandoned kitchen and they're doing whatever they want to do, this could be post-apocalyptic, it could be nuclear radiation that has animated the cutlery for all we know. We don't have to explain it, the mind doth wander. But if it's in this commercial kitchen, which I'm sold on, are we still doing a dam, or can this be a different thing to do with water?
Okay.
And I have a thought on that, but you say your thing first.
Okay. I think that like post-apocalyptic creates too many problems for us, because then there's no reason for them to go out and be cutlery, and it kind of ruins the heart of the story. And the other thing is, I think they absolutely could dam up this broken sink, because to any other like, kitchen pig or server or someone that works in this restaurant, they would just assume that management fixed this. Like, they're not going to question the broken sink. It's like, this broken sink has been broken for years, and now suddenly it's fixed, and they can get on with their job. And management probably just thinks that it's like middle management that solved it, and middle management probably thinks that it was just like major
everybody
else
thinks
like, everybody just thinks somebody else like dealt with it, because this is also why things don't get fixed in the real world, because everyone's like, no, it's not my problem, it's somebody else's problem. Like somebody else's problem.
Yep. Okay. So what?
The thing
what
that
if,
I absolutely need in this film, and this is real quick, we have to have like a scene, Toy Story style, where they like go out to the table, they're like being the cutlery gets down because they're like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. And the other person like maybe sees a friend, and they get up and walk away from the table, and it's like, oh my God, Barry, did you see that? Like, I love my job. Or then they start like chatting to each other about it. Be like, I can't believe I'm getting dipped in the sauce, man. I need this menu to change because the creme brulee is killing me. You don't know what it's like to get your head smashed into like sugared ice. You don't. I think they have like a little chat.
I've got concussion every day. I can't sleep, have to work, I can't lie down, I might die. It's like, wait, is this satay? I'm allergic to peanuts. Oh no! Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, what if there's like a class based or
like a hierarchy?
A hierarchy based on the cleanliness of dishes. So if you think about like the water is less of a currency and more of a status. So you've got cutlery that is used for every day, like a knife and fork goes out every single day. But then you'd have like an oyster fork or whatever. There's very particular types of cutlery that exist that is very specific. Like a caviar spoon, that could be like the friggin' mayor of this kitchen.
Yeah, they're kind of like celebrities
dynamic
or whatever, because they only come out every now and then. And
yeah. I also like the idea of like certain like ruling people in this, or ruling cutlery in this situation, to be like,
no, I like it,
huge fuck off knives. Like one of them is like a massive,
meat cleaver,
like butcher's cleaver.
Yeah. Okay, I have a couple of ideas. I want to throw. You absolutely love this idea. I think it's amazing.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
What I'm actually thinking, what it made me think of, right, is that the issue is not with the sink, but with the pipes. So it's dirty water coming out, right? Because the dirtier you are and the less clean you are, the less likely you're going to be to work. So you want to be the cleanest, freshest fork, because it gets you the most work. So it becomes this kind of underground story, right, of the cutlery at night, or when the kitchen shuts down, like ripping the pipes out of the wall and building little bits and reconnecting it back together, trying to build the pipe the whole way across. So it's like a giant underground construction project. The other thing I'm thinking of is it possible for these guys in this world to like melt themselves down and become like a knife, like a bigger knife? Like they, like 10 forks get together and become a knife? Because otherwise, like, I guess the hierarchy is meant to be entrenched because you can never escape that. And maybe that's what we're exploring in this film, is the fact that you can never escape the class system that you were born into.
Let's go with that option, purely because we're like, to start with, we're like, how do we go grounded and gritty and real with steampunk? And now you're like, can this main character fork melt himself down over an open flame and merge with 3 other forks to become a large knife? Like, I feel like, again, watch Sausage Party. Jesus Christ, you just made me realize the connection there. Watch it tonight. I think we need to, the humor in this needs to come less from jokes and craziness and just how bizarre it is that this is like a serious drama happening with cutlery. I don't want too much humor, personally, from what they say and what they do, just the bizarre nature of what's happening.
So if there's...
Second thought. What if this is happening instead in like a dishwasher? Like, if you think of a large commercial scale dishwasher, everyone's being used for the plates. At the end of the night, they're all getting chucked in a dishwasher to be washed. And potentially there's like, maybe that's like a bar or like a gathering of all the cutlery all at once. And potentially we could do something with that, where certain areas of the dishwasher, you're going to get a lot cleaner than the ones that are in the back corner. So potentially that's how we do this separation of cutlery, but still grouping them all together in one situation. Where you can't, like, it's not like they live up on the top shelf and you've got to climb up 8 shelves to get to a spoon. He's just there on the balcony, the top shelf of the dishwasher, looking down on everybody. Like, that's all it is. Because they're huge. Those commercial dishwashers are massive.
I like this. I think this is a part of the story, not the story. So I think this is like when you clock out, you jump in the dishwasher. And so it's like more like public transport, you know, everybody kind of like squeezing, being like, hey, buddy, come on, I claimed this spot. You know, it's like, fuck off, man. I just want to go home.
I'm washing here. I'm washing
here. Come on. You know, and then so like people
dumb.
who have the hierarchy are like, don't you fucking sit next to me, mate. Like, if you don't think that I'm going to chop you up, I'm gonna. You know, like...
You've got, like, honey or syrup on you. I don't want to get that on me. It's going to take 3 washes to come off.
Yeah. So I think we get to explore a lot of that. Like, and I think that's going to be a part of the opening sequence. Is probably like this clock in, go to work, get the table scene where they're chatting, come back, you know, they clock out, they get washed up or whatever, and then the lights turn off, and then they all, like, kind of go home, and they're like, I was working. It's like, it was rough. Like, the new menu is savage or whatever, you know, like...
Would the commute not be the busboy clearing off all the tables and chucking all the dishes
I guess that is the
to...
commute, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's good.
So there's your commute. Yeah. The dishwasher, could literally just... What if the dishwasher is literally... Okay. Fuck, we are spiraling hard, and I love it. What if the dishwasher is like a communal shower?
Yeah. Yes,
it's a bathhouse. Yeah,
it's a bathhouse. Yeah, where they all like rock up after work, and then they can have their own little sections and stuff. Then, because it's like, no, boy, like you're a dessert spoon. You don't come in here.
And then every now and then there's like one spoon or fork that's been dumped in upside down, and they're like drowning or something, like in the bottom of the tray. Because I'm very specific.
And like, you know, like coffee cups and stuff, they get stains on them, and it's kind of like, boy, like you need to retire. Like you're.
But again, I like the idea of the coffee cups and the plates and stuff within the dishwasher effectively being like walls and rooms within it, because the cutlery are characters, nothing else. So I feel like plates, cups, all of that should essentially be the rooms and the areas within the dishwasher. So like you have like a couple of plates stacked, and between those plates there's different like different forks and spoons and stuff.
So all the architecture is made out of this stuff. Dang it. I had all these spicy ideas about like, you know, coffee cups being the plebs and like wine glasses being the royalty. You know?
I love that you've done that, because I've spent 15 minutes saying to you in this episode, cutlery are characters. That's it. That's all we got to work with, my guy. Right. Okay. Now, let's think about this. Obstreperous, the noisy and difficult to control. What if that is referring to the lower working classes having issue or taking umbrage with the issues?
This is an uprising story. Yeah, this is an uprising story. They're like, we want better conditions, and like, I don't give a shit. I get washed in this sink. Like, we're fine. And then that's when they kind of redo the piping or whatever to get cleaner water to be used better. That's what I feel
Well, we
like the
don't-
heart of this story is. It's like, do you know what this is? This is Shawshank Redemption, but cutlery. They're like doing one little part of the pipe at a time, and they can't be caught out by
Okay.
the hierarchy, because the hierarchy, meat cleavers, they'll sell them out and be, like, this is the problem.
What if there's a rebellion of like lost and forgotten cutlery that are in secret at night digging tunnels with themselves, like spoons, like using their heads to chip away, to break the pipes so that all the cutlery will be dirty and everyone is on an equal level. And they succeed, but then the following day, a plumber comes in, fixes the pipe, and everything was for nothing. And that's like the whole vicious cycle that we sort of follow through this story, is that the lower working classes, they want to rise up, they
okay.
want equality, but they are never going to have it for more than a brief second, because there is a set structure to this world that they live in, and there's nothing they can do to break that pattern. They just gotta go
I
with
like
it.
this.
I
I
think
think
that's
there's, like-
depressing as fuck.
Yeah, I think
I
this is
love it.
good. I think this is great. I think some of the like underground cutlery take a risk, because sometimes like you get airlifted out of your class, like you become a famous actor or something, and then
Okay.
suddenly you're just like a mega rich person. And so when the plumber comes, they make this like gamble to throw themselves out in front of the plumber, and the plumber's like, oh, there's like spoons and stuff down here, and he puts him like up in the sink, and he becomes like cleaned and returns back or whatever, like he's like this upstart kid that's like, no, you don't get it, man, like we can utilize this, like there's a way out, and everybody's like, nah, you're crazy, man, you're crazy.
Less upstart kid than a more of like, what if there's like they all assume he's psychotic and damaged, and like, oh, you didn't hear what happened to Jerry? And it's like, no, he's back, like he's clean, he's doing his job. And they're like, nah, man, like the time he spent away, he's damaged, like he's not with it, and all he's doing is like rambling, the pipes, like the pipes, we gotta get back to the pipes, and everyone thinks he's just insane.
Or
And then, like,
maybe,
he's-
he's the one that reveals this underground rebellion that they all kind
To
of
whatever
fight
main
over then.
character we have. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they go down and try and stop them. They go down and try and stop them. They don't succeed, and they become one of the lost because they can't make their way back up.
Well, what if it's less than that? And what if it's literally our main character, if you will, is getting really like over his 9 to 5, the way of the world. He hates it, and then he overhears Jerry talking about the pipes and inquires, gets a lead, and throws himself off a plate or something, like as the serving class is coming through, and the other people are like, no, Dave, don't do it. He's like, I'm done, I can't, I need to see what's on the other side. And then he goes and like meets up with the rebellion or whatever, and that's how our way in as a viewer is. We see like
okay.
this character's point of view joining up with the rebellion, doing it, thinking he's achieved what he wants to achieve, and then the heartache of the following
We
day,
need-
everybody...
We need a
Being washed
sub-character, I think, then. Are we going to have the fight between the people who want to, does the rebellion get caught out? And there's
I don't
like
think
a
so.
final push. Okay, so they just...
Nah, I would say
Because
there's
there has
like
to be
protests
stakes,
and
right?
stuff.
There has
Yeah,
to be
there'd be,
stakes
like,
of
protests.
them potentially being... Well, if there's protests, why doesn't the hierarchy just sell them out and then be like, immediately shut the whole thing down?
Well, why does
'Cause
the
humans don't
hierarchy
want
doesn't
pipes to
know
break.
anything about? Nobody
Right,
knows
that's what I'm saying.
anything
There has
about
to be
this.
stakes. There has to be stakes. There has to be a threat. There has to be the potential to be caught out. Otherwise, there's not really a film. It's just going to be boring. It's like
Maybe-
he falls off, they go
maybe-
in, they dig a hole, the movie ends.
Don't know, but in any case, we need to figure out what the movie is, because we have just had another curveball thrown into us by the Wheel of Doom. Okay, this is just getting worse and worse. The main character is now a ghost, so it's a ghost fork. Is our main character. So maybe our main character dies, like, somehow. How does a fork die? I don't know, but we've got a ghost fork.
Got to warp. I think it's got to warp in a fashion that it can't be like fixed.
Oh, okay, I like that. Like, it's just, yeah. Okay. So the main fork is a ghost, and there's a thing. He's gonna have to try and communicate with his late wife, or maybe there's a medium-sized fork, and they can commune with the ghosts of the past. I don't know how we're gonna do a ghost fork.
This is maybe a stretch on what we have,
We're
but
stretching
something
already,
like
baby.
Something like a tuning fork is still a fork. I know it's not cutlery, but it is a fork. You like strike them and you get reverberations. They're your medium.
I know what a
tuning fork would be. Yeah, so they would be your medium.
And it makes like no sense why it's there with all the rest. So that works for me. I can allow it.
Maybe it's like a super eclectic restaurant that has like all these like weird influences or whatever.
No. I think it's fun that we've just got like a tuning fork is just a cutlery. Like it's.
Do you know what they should be? They should be like the 300 crazy sage person that like sees the other side. Have you seen 300? You know where they get like the sage, the like mutated sage gets all like super high. And maybe it was like originally a fork, but it lost the two middle prongs, and so it does vibrate.
Yes. So it's, okay. All the forks have eyes on their middle two prongs, so this fork is blind, and it senses things by like banging its head against a wall, then it goes bing.
Yeah, and I think it can see things that other can't. Like there's something in the vibrations or whatever.
Yes. Okay. So
we just need to figure out how this fork dies.
Straight at the top of the movie. Like
no, how? I mean, like how do we kill a fork?
Do we see the fork die, or does the movie just start with the character as a ghost? Because we've got the main character as a ghost. So I would accept that, like Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis is a ghost the whole time. There's not really much about that. He just is a ghost at the start. So are we going to have a ghost character from the start, or what?
It's a good question. The main character is a ghost. So is that specifically what it said? The main character is a ghost?
Main character is a ghost. Yes.
Okay. Then I think the main character has to die before the film starts, because the main character is a ghost.
Okay.
And then the side character, the sidekick, is this like sage tuning fork person who can sense the ghost through vibrations. And they're the only person who can do it.
Okay.
The main ghost character needs a way to communicate with everyone else, unless he can just straight up communicate with everyone else.
No, I don't think so. I like this idea that like we've got this ghost fork that's trying to communicate to everybody else on the table, and no one's responding, and all this sort of stuff. And then the tuning fork, like seeing him with no eyes and talking directly out to him and listening to him. And maybe this is like maybe the ghost fork has actually come back as like a vengeful spirit. Maybe and it's like a memory loss thing. So the fork was leading the resistance, and then the mayor, who is a ladle. I don't know, that's a big ass spoon.
Yeah.
Big old ladle, Mayor Ladle. He kills him somehow. TBC. He kills him, and then maybe this ghost fork is actually okay. Great. Maybe the ghost fork's been dead for like, I don't know, 5 weeks or something, which in their time is a long time. So when he's come back as a ghost, the town or the society that they live in, it's gone to shit. Maybe the rebellion failed because he was the leader, and he's come back as the ghost fork to try and re-spark this and make it happen. And with the help of the blind tuning fork, gathers the team again, and they do one final push. They do it. They think they've won. Everybody's washed. And again, that plumber comes in the following day and resets it. Because
so it's still about the Shawshank.
I love the ending.
It's still about the Shawshank Redemption, breaking the pipe. I think that's still the core of our story.
And
this is what I think. I think there is a myth amongst this community that cutlery is immortal, because essentially, like, cutlery can't really die. It's pretty difficult to break and kill cutlery, especially if they're like metal, right? So maybe the start of the film is like a Rube Goldberg machine with this fork that ends up like falling on the ground, getting picked up, moving, slipping out of here, falling out of pockets, whatever, and then accidentally ends up in the only fireplace in the restaurant, because fire... Well, it's a fork. It's not going to melt in. Dang it. I need something that would, like, melt the metal. That's the hardest part. I don't think it's a hot enough fire.
I'm trying to think of something in a kitchen that could be used to bend a fork out of shape. Because maybe, like, at the point that it's no longer cutlery, it loses its,
soul or whatever.
Purpose, its soul. Yeah, like, its whole point of being is to be eaten with or to be used, right? So if it's bent... and distorted, and all its prongs are like, because that's kind of like a fun thing where like he gets shown his body and he's like a really buckled up and bent out of shape fork with all its prongs.
Yeah, maybe we just never have to explain it. Maybe he's just like this warped up and it's just never explained. He's just the only fork who died.
Yeah. And maybe the ladle is known to have killed him. Like, maybe it's not a secret that he killed him. Like, he did that to prove a point to keep the lower class down.
Yeah.
So it's like a massive chunky ladle or like a large piece of equipment in a kitchen that could have enough weight to bend something. I don't know what, but
okay.
I'm trying to think of what that could be. So like it crushed it, you know, it was like, yeah, you think you can stand up to us? I'll show you what happens, you know, and in front of the whole dishwasher. Fucking dumb. Just buckles.
It would have to be
this thing
something
out of
like
shape.
they have this big machine, like pulley machine that lifts up like a fridge or something, and he's like weighed down at one end, and then they drop the fridge on the other end.
Yeah, snaps it in half or something, yeah.
The only other thing I can think of is like a psychic comes in and is like, there is no spoon, and bends him with his mind. That's the only other way I can think of destroying a
No.
fork.
Absolutely not. Nah, not doing it.
Then
Not
you need
doing
something
it.
really, really heavy. Like
I'm trying to think, maybe like a can opener. Oh, it's a commercial kitchen, so there could be like an electric can opener in there. So they feed him into this like, and it's not going to cut him, no, but it would absolutely mutilate the fork.
Yeah, like
you
also like
ram-
a garbage disposaler in the bottom of a sink. You know, the blades.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
That would probably mutilate you.
The boss is a set of tongs, and he like leans forward and like picks him up and lowers him into the garbage disposal.
No, I think the
in front of
henchman is.
everybody.
I like the mayor being a ladle. I think the henchman is
Mayor.
like tongs.
Well, how about maybe the mayor is
The police
just a
force.
figurehead.
The police
There's-
force.
yeah,
of
there's
tongs.
the police force of tongs. I love that. And maybe the mayor is a figurehead, and there's like a union boss or someone like a Tony Soprano from The
like
Sopranos.
a meat. He would have to
He's
be like a
garbage
meat
man.
cleaver, or he'd have to be like one of those like
Mallet.
like a
Dude, it's a
slicer
mallet.
or mallet. Yeah.
Is a mallet. It's a mallet. Like that's the bruiser. That's the like enforcer.
And he's like
of
little henchmen are like
this town.
peelers and like and graders and stuff. You know, you'd be like, "Hey, Jimmy,
All
hold him
sharp
against me."
things. Yep. Okay. This is great. This is great. Right. So the movie is going to open with what a fork waking up. Like what are we talking? What's the structure of the film?
Mm-hmm.
How are we pulling this off? Are we going to show the Mayor Ladle's side of things? Like I think it'd be interesting to see the mayor of this society trying to keep everything under control and manage the problems. And then there's like this meat fucking mallet next to him being like, I can fix this like I fixed your last problem.
yeah.
The mayor's like, no,
I'm
we're better
actually
than this. We are civilized cutlery.
100%. I'm backtracking. I don't think the main character starts off dead. I think we have to like have the set up the kitchen, go to work, all of that stuff, and then he like comes home from work, and the mayor's then he's like, I know what you've been doing. I know what you do at night. And it's like, I don't do anything. It's like, the secret's out, boy. You gotta come with me. He's like, fuck you, I'm not coming anywhere. And that's when the mallet comes out. It's like, hey, boss, let me take a swing at him. And it's like, no, I'll do anything. It's like, if he doesn't want to come, let's take his pretty spoon wife. You know, whatever.
No. I'm innocent.
Spoon.
Not the spoon, yeah, fork. Oh, no, it's the dish ran away with the spoon. I was just going to say the fork ran away with the spoon, but the dish ran away with the spoon. Okay, no, this is fine. So now we've got to come up. So maybe there's like a rat or an informant in the resistance that sold them out, and that's part of this like mini quest that he's doing in ghost form with the tuning fork to figure out who betrayed the resistance, you know, who the weak link is to be able to finish what they started.
Is this a stupid idea? But could it be the tuning
Probably.
fork was the rat? And so what they did is they smashed the two bits off, and they have to kind of reunite their friendship years later.
Yep. That
Because-
sounds amazing.
So they both like he gets mangled, and then the other one loses his two eyes, and then that way
Yeah.
they deal with like both things at the same time.
Yep, and the mallet could be like, "You seen too much, kid." And then, like bam, bam, and like just buckles down. Maybe they haven't lost the two middle ones.
They're just like bent down. Yeah, I really
bent
like that.
right the way down. Oh, they're bent down like that. Maybe that's what it is.
Yes,
He's just staring at himself.
I love it. Hey kid, you seen too much. You need a tune-up.
Okay, so this makes this really fun then, because the tuning fork-esque character, we don't have to go too crazy with that now. It's just a ghost from their past that's haunting them. They don't have to be a medium or connected to spirits or any of that. This is like a Scrooge kind of thing.
Yeah, and ironically, they're the only one who can see the person that they betrayed because of the nature of their fork. Yeah.
Sure, if you want, I'm happy just to be like, he's just being haunted by someone that he fucked over. I'm good with that.
Well, the main character's the ghost. It's the main character that's the ghost. That's why this, yeah. So it's actually all about the ghost. It's still about the ghost. It has to be about the ghost. And the ghost is still trying to complete the rebellion, but the only person who can see him is the person who betrayed him, who was his like close friend originally, and now it's like reconvince him to be like, you need to do the right thing here.
Yep.
And then. Do
you reckon that the main fork had a kid as well? Is there something we can throw into it with the spoon?
I don't think we need
a
that.
Spork.
I think
they had a spork, the fork and the spoon. This is all baby.
But
spork.
I don't know that it's that relevant to this story.
It's not, but it's like we need to have the rat have a redemption arc and have a reason for it, because like I feel like being responsible for the death of his friend, like maybe he had a reason to rat them out. Maybe his life was also being threatened and he took the coward way.
Yeah.
It wasn't like vindictive
Absolutely.
to break the resistance. So maybe he sees the guilt of what he did to the ghost fork. And maybe the ghost fork is like following him. He's like, where are you going? And he's like, you come back and talk to me. And then like stops at like a park and there's lots of like teaspoons and like little baby cutleries like playing, and then he's like a spoon with a spork, like one spork.
No, I don't think it's strong enough to like, well, maybe it is, but like I think having a kid really changes the main character and their motivations and this kind of like really, that would make them like an incredibly selfish character to kind of.
Maybe he didn't know.
Yeah, I think he just, if you want a turning point, man, he just takes him down and shows him all the abandoned dirty cutlery. And it's like, you are directly responsible for this. We could have changed every of this, but these people suffer because of the choice you made. You know, that's like enough weight to be like, fuck you, man, I didn't do any of this. It's like, we had the chance and you sold me out. And now these people suffer for your decision.
Oh man, I just realized that the tuning fork would be out of work as well. So it's basically like a homeless piece of cutlery.
Yeah, he's a vagrant. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool. So we're opening on this, so we're opening on a day in the life. It's the two fork bros, and then they are like casually discussing the resistance plans, like in code or something.
When so like people get up out of the table and they
so
start
it's like
talking.
we don't forget, like meeting behind the dinner plates at 6 o'clock, you know, be there or be square sort of thing. And they're like organizing like a resistance meeting, and then maybe our main fork, our ghost fork, rocks up still alive, and there's nobody there, and it's just Mayor Ladle and confronting him, and then the meat mallet comes out of the shadows with his friend to be like, you thought you could get around us? Like, we know everything that happens in this town. And then,
I don't know what you're talking about, and then that's when the friend, the tuning fork comes out and is like, he knows, man. It's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, and we see him like hit the tuning fork once or twice and like throw him out of the way, and then we see him come at the main fork and kill him, and then the intro credits roll, and then when he returns as a ghost, so that there's not like an immediate connection between him knowing that the tuning fork is his old friend. I don't want us as viewers to see that's happened to him.
Yeah, no, I think there's a couple of things I want to chuck in here for you. I think
we're taking this so seriously for how stupid this fucking movie is. I just realized what I was doing.
I think that's why it works, though, man. We have to take it seriously, otherwise it doesn't work.
I know, but it's so shit. Go on.
I think when they're on the table and they're discussing the kind of rebellion, I think they're also like talking about the state of the kitchen, being like, hey man, have you ever noticed that only the clean ones get polished and they're the only ones that go out. It's bullshit. I want to work, but the only people who get worked are the polished ones. And it's because like these people are getting cleaned in dirty water, which means they just get cleaned again and cleaned again and cleaned again, but they're not getting polished and put out on tables. And so he's upset about that. You know, and the more like scratched up you are, the less work you get and that kind of stuff. So like the work, basically we're setting up that the working man gets screwed. The second
it's
thing
like it's almost like a recruitment drive that they're doing.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Like
and
they're
trying
unionizing.
They're trying to convince someone who's a little bit beat up to like join them in code. And then during the like killing scene, I actually think what happens, I think they make the friend who betrayed the tuning fork watch and then take his eyes away. Because if you take his eyes away first, it don't matter too much.
Okay.
But if it's like, I'm going to watch you get this person get dipped into this garbage disposal unit, blended, and it's like, you did good, kid. And it's like, yeah, I feel really bad. It's like, I just need a word with you. Come on over here. Comes over and he's like, bam, bam, bam. We don't trust rats. Fuck you.
Now, my counter to that is maybe they didn't mean to kill the main fork, because we said the meat mallet is what's trying to fuck him up, like behind the dishes, right? So maybe they beat the ever-living shit out of him and break him to a point where he dies, and then it's almost like that's the last thing you're ever going to see, you filthy fucking rat, and then they take his eyes away.
Yeah, I like that because he's witnessed this thing, and they need to silence him. Because that's it. Yeah. They didn't mean, I like it. They didn't mean to kill the fork, but they kill the fork, and now they've got a problem because they've got a hostile witness who's seen it, so they have to take his eyes away.
Oh, and then maybe like the rebellion has reason to believe that this did, there's something happened. They have a reason to believe that the mayor was involved in the disappearance of this fork, but the tuning fork, well, for all intents and purposes, he doesn't want to say anything about it, and they can't get anything out of him, which is why he's ostracized from his friends. He's no longer working. He's left alone. But the simmering tension of this rebellion resistance still exists in the populace, but it's been sort of like cut off at the head for now. So maybe that's what the ghost fork and the tuning fork does, is go around and like fix the wrongs that the tuning fork had done. Maybe they have to like find the body or something to prove what happened. I don't know. And then the resistance get back together.
Yeah,
they do one final push.
They could display
break the
his
pipes.
broken corpse. They could drag it out into the middle of the kitchen in maybe that's the distraction in the big crescendo. They drag the corpse out for everybody to see, which distracts, starts a riot, and then they break the pipes during that.
Yeah.
So it's like a two-fronted assault. The other thing that I think happens when this tuning fork gets his eyes bent down, it blocks his mouth, so he can't talk to people properly. It's difficult for people to hear him because his eyes are in the way of his mouth.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We've got a minute left to figure this out, and then I've got.
Otherwise, he's gonna. Why wouldn't he just go around to everybody and be like, "Hey, I just got the old maid just beat the fuck out of me. Look at me, like."
Because
why
he
would
doesn't
he go
want to
straight back to the rebellion?
He's already a weak-willed individual that caved.
Fair enough.
Fed his close friend to the enemy, and now he's
That's fair. One thing that absolutely has to happen is when the main fork dies, the rebellion falls to pieces. Like, he is the linchpin that's holding the rebellion together. Yeah. Otherwise, there would be an uprising from the rebellion that's
exactly right. That's exactly right. And then what they're going to do is find the corpse to prove that the mayor and the mallet did this. 30 seconds for a name. Dirty Dishes.
Well, I actually kind of like it. I was thinking
it's not bad.
Big something, little kitchen.
Big kitchen. Big kitchen, dirty dishes.
Big kitchen, dirty dishes is kind of good. Big kitchen, little something.
Nah, because it's like Big Trouble, Little China. Like you're too on the nose with where that influence comes from. 5 minutes for me to summarize Big Kitchen, Dirty Dishes. Okay, the movie takes place in a commercial kitchen where the cutlery is used more and in better situations depending on the quality of their condition, which is standard. There is a class disparity between cutlery that is polished and presentable and fancy schmancy and the run-of-the-mill scuffed kind of beaten forks and knives that are used for just everybody day in, day out. They're the working every time. Not the special like functions and weddings and stuff that comes through where the nice stuff comes out. There is also an underbelly of forgotten cutlery which has been dropped off the sides of kitchen counters, left, underneath the dishwasher. And these are filthy cutlery that want to rejoin with the rest of their society, their cutlery society, if you will. We have a rebellion forming of the day-to-day used knives and forks wanting to bring back the dirty dishes and take down the fancy dishes a peg or two, but they can't do that without water. Water is the key thing that's keeping them all clean, and also a bit of polish here and there, but the biggest sort of thing in this economy is the cleanliness of the cutlery, the water, and they're in a big commercial kitchen, and there's also that water. The quality of the water. Thank you, Murray. There's dirty dishwater, and then there's the clean water in the dishwasher. The rebellion becomes obstreperous for the Mayor Ladle to keep in check. That means noisy and difficult to control, Murray. I saw your face. It's one of the 3 words we've got to use. So what happens is the mayor ends up trying to find the ringleader of the rebellion, this fork that we're about to follow for the rest of the movie. And he manages to pin down the fork, Jerry. Mayor Ladle pins down Jerry, and thanks to being ratted out by his friend Carl, and we didn't come up with many names throughout this entire fucking thing, I've just realized, and he uses Mac, the meat mallet, to basically beat some sense into this ringleader fork. However, Mac goes too far, brutally beats the fork, kills it, which is something that does not happen much in this society, and so to silence their the other fork involved in this, Carl, that's his name that I just came up with, they bend down the middle 2 prongs of his fork to make sure the last thing he ever sees about this dodgy business is what just took place before him. Then we have Jerry come back as a ghost. A couple of weeks later, the rebellion is stopped. Their society is disgusting because we've still got the ruling parties and the fancy people lording it over all the regular knives and forks, fork and knives, and has to go on this little bit of a journey of self-discovery with his broken tuning fork ex-friend to redeem him and find his own corpse to bring out and prove that Mayor Ladle and Mac the Mallet are actually the ones that are keeping this society under the boot, under the thumb, by making sure they have the cleanest water and everyone else gets to do whatever they have left over, or sink water, or whatever else. They don't care. They're the ones that matter. So what happens is, we find Jerry's body, we bring it out, the rebellion causes a full-on uprising. We've got like a full-on like riot scene happening. I'm just going with this, Murray. Just gotta bear with me on this one. Yeah, full-on riot.
Plates getting smashed, glasses. Yeah.
Dishes and plates and glasses. Oh, by the way, dishes, plates, and glasses are essentially like the buildings and structures within a big commercial dishwasher where all the cutlery spends most of its time at the end of business in this kitchen when they're being cleaned. Anyway, you don't really need to worry about that. What happens is the riot happens, and then the rebellion manages to bust up the pipes inside the dishwasher to ensure that everybody gets dirty, and there is equal water being dispersed wherever you're from, whatever your purpose, and wherever you're cleaned. And we start to have, a bit of resolution for Jerry because he's dead and he can finally move on. And, Carl has been redeemed as well. Maybe they bend up his tuning forks, his middle fork, so he can see again. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Also, police in this world are tongs, we decided. Just a fun little fact. And the movie ends on a really sour note because as much as the little people have come together and toppled the Goliath that they're up against, the plumber comes in the following day and fixes the pipe in the dishwasher, and everything gets set back to square one, because no matter what you do, your place in life and in this world is fixed depending on how much money you're born into. And that is Big Kitchen, Dirty Dishes, our movie.
If we have time, I have the tiniest little finesse for you.
We don't, but do it anyway, because that was a scramble. Go.
They bust up the pipes in the dishwasher to force the, dish peg to clean everything manually. So everything gets the same equal treatment for one day and one day only until the plumber comes in and fixes the dishwasher.
Excellent. Yeah, so they have 1 day of peace, and then it all goes back to the exact same. That was a journey.
Big
That was a
kitchen,
journey.
dirty dishes.
Dirty dishes.
I love
Is it big kitchen, comma, dirty dishes? Is that how we're
think
going
so.
with that?
Yeah. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
not
big
even
kitchen,
like a comma, big kitchen, dirty dishes or whatever. Yeah, you can put a I don't know if they put
think
commas
comma.
in like that.
I think it'd be like big kitchen, comma, and then the next line down, sort of midway, dirty,
Dirty
dishes.
dishes. It makes
you like
me
my
think of
names?
They're great.
Mac the meat mallet. Fuck.
So good. Yeah, because he's also mafia as well, which makes it work. So it's like Mac the Mafia Meat Mallet.
They actually call him Mac the knife, but he's not sharp. It's a joke. Oh shit.
That's so good.
Thanks for letting us take you on a journey. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Scripty Business for all our updates and let us know what you thought of this week's episode. You can also follow us ourselves at Murrayverse the World and at SA Welshie to see what we're up to. Join the Patreon for access to bonus content and to unlock all previous seasons. Head to patreon.com/scriptybusinesspodcast today. We appreciate your help with us keeping the lights on and the cameras rolling, and we've got some extra surprises in store, so watch this space as we grow. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode. Until then, stay awesome. We love you. Scripty Business is a Soul Hole production, hosted by the P Zinner Network. You've been listening to Murray Curtis and Luke Wilkinson Turner.